A high-stakes political showdown is intensifying in Texas as State Representative James Talarico and U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett emerge as the dominant figures in the Democratic primary race for the U.S. Senate. What began as early speculation has evolved into a full-fledged contest that is drawing national donors, party strategists, and grassroots activists into what could become one of the most consequential Democratic primaries in the country. The seat, currently held by Republican Senator Ted Cruz, is once again at the center of Democratic ambitions. Please subscribe, like, and share for more updates. Thanks. Cruz, a two-term incumbent and prominent conservative voice, has proven resilient in past challenges. Yet Democrats believe shifting suburban voting patterns, rapid population growth in metropolitan regions, and increasing youth engagement present a genuine opportunity to compete statewide. James Talarico, who represents a district in the Austin area in the Texas House, has built a reputation as one of the Democratic Party's most thoughtful and policy-driven voices. A former public school teacher, he frequently speaks about his classroom experience as shaping his approach to public service. Talarico has made public education funding, teacher pay raises, and mental health access cornerstones of his campaign message. His speeches in the Texas House, often focus on ethics, faith, and democratic norms, have gone viral online, helping him cultivate a loyal following beyond his district. Supporters describe Talarico as a bridge builder capable of appealing to independents and moderate Republicans uneasy with the current political climate. He has emphasized themes of moral leadership, economic fairness, and bipartisan cooperation, arguing that Texans are exhausted by partisan theatrics and ready for pragmatic solutions. His campaign infrastructure reflects that approach, investing heavily in volunteer-driven organizing across suburban counties that have become increasingly competitive in recent election cycles. Jasmine Crockett, meanwhile, brings a prosecutorial edge and national visibility that many Democrats believe is critical in a high-profile Senate race. Representing Texas' 30th Congressional District, which includes parts of Dallas, Crockett first gained prominence as a civil rights attorney before serving in the Texas legislature and later winning election to Congress. In Washington, she has become known for her sharp questioning in committee hearings and unapologetic defense of voting rights, reproductive freedom, and criminal justice reform. Crockett's campaign has leaned into her reputation as a fighter. At rallies, she frames the Senate race as a direct confrontation with Cruz's record, particularly on abortion restrictions, immigration policy, and federal judicial appointments. She argues that Texas Democrats must energize core constituencies, especially black voters, Latino communities, and young progressives, and they hope to overcome the GOP's structural advantages in rural counties. The primary has sparked an internal debate within the Texas Democratic Party over tone and tactics. Some strategists contend that Talarico's measured rhetoric and faith-centered messaging could resonate in suburban church-going communities that have shifted away from Republicans in recent years. Others argue that Crockett's assertive style and experience on the national stage would better prepare her for the intense scrutiny and aggressive campaigning expected in a general election against Cruz. Fundraising has quickly become a key metric in the unfolding contest. Early reports suggest both campaigns are posting impressive numbers, fueled in part by national interest. Progressive advocacy groups and grassroots networks are closely watching the race, while establishment donors are weighing which candidate appears best positioned to mount a credible statewide operation. Political observers note that Texas' vast geography makes organizing particularly costly, requiring significant investment in media markets stretching from Houston and Dallas to San Antonio and the Rio Grande Valley. Demographic shifts continue to shape the race's strategic calculations. Texas has added millions of residents over the past decade, with growth concentrated in urban and suburban regions that have trended more competitive. Younger voters, in particular, represent a potentially decisive bloc. Both campaigns are making heavy use of digital outreach, campus organizing, and bilingual engagement efforts to mobilize first-time voters. At the same time, challenges remain formidable. Republicans maintain strong turnout advantages in midterm cycles, and Cruz's established fundraising apparatus is expected to dwarf Democratic resources once the general election begins. Analysts caution that while recent statewide races have narrowed margins, flipping a Senate seat in Texas remains a steep uphill climb. Still, The energy surrounding the Democratic primary underscores a broader transformation within the party. The contest between Talarico and Crockett reflects two distinct but overlapping visions for the future of Texas Democrats. One rooted in bridge building and moral persuasion, the other grounded in combative advocacy and unapologetic progressivism. Both candidates represent a new generation of leadership that contrasts sharply with the state's traditional political establishment. As town halls multiply and endorsements begin to trickle in from local officials, labor unions, and advocacy organizations, the primary is expected to grow increasingly competitive. Voters will likely see sharper contrasts emerge on strategy, messaging, and policy emphasis in the months ahead. For now, Texas Democrats find themselves at a crossroads. The choice between James Talarico and Jasmine Crockett is more than a matter of personality. It is a test of which approach offers the clearest path to challenging Ted Cruz and reshaping the political map of one of America's most closely watched states.